Another thing that I do that really helps me to stay bright and happy is I really do try to match my life with kind of the natural rhythms and cycles, adapting to the season, living according to the numerology and the astrology. I don't like fight against what is around me. For example, have you ever had difficulty sleeping during a full moon? Like, cause I have. And instead of getting like frustrated about that, like, oh, like it's a full moon and I can't sleep, I just expect that. That's part of the natural monthly cycle. Like, okay, tonight I might wake up around 3 a.m. and that's okay. Another example of this is I try to live according to like my personal year in numerology. As soon as I started my year 4, I aimed to match the energy of the year 4. I was like, okay, this year is gonna be about hard work, diligence. This is gonna be about paperwork. I need to be more organized. This is the time to work towards goals. With astrology, instead of getting frustrated wherever Saturn is in our life, and we can be like, oh, why do I have to work so hard in this area, or I'm facing hardship, or I'm facing restrictions, I just embrace it. Like, as soon as one of those slow planets like moves into a new place in my chart, if it's Uranus, entering a new house, it's like, okay, things are gonna be shaken up in this house, like, I'm going with it. Like, yeah, like, let's do this. Same thing with where the moon is. I just embrace the fact that, okay, the moon has just moved into a new sign, it's moving into a new house. I may have been very focused and feeling all the feels like related to my family yesterday because the moon was in the 4th house, but now the moon's moving in the 5th house. And my feelings are gonna change, and like, so now that it's in the 5th house, let me cultivate 5th house topics and my hobbies and my creative projects and things like that. Yeah, I just kind of attempt to match the natural rhythms of the moon cycle, of the numerology cycle, of the astrology cycle, not fight against what is around me. But rather just to kind of like flow with the cycles that are around me. So I try to observe what are the natural rhythms that are occurring, and I try to match those rhythms and cycles, living according to the cycles of the moon, living seasonally. I sleep a lot more and go to bed a lot earlier in the winter, because I match like the natural light cycles. If it's a rainy day, I just put on my rain jacket and I put on my rain boots and I go outside and I just open my arms to the rain, and I just like splash in the puddles, and I just kind of embrace like what is and the cycles and rhythms that are. And this is part of like the culture of Earth, and I'm just gonna embrace it, So I just try to embrace what is, like embrace what's happening, even the things that can be a little bit frustrating, and just flow with them. I just embrace what naturally is. If you'd like to hear more, please come back tomorrow for another tip. Thank you for watching.